you got Hugo Lloris obviously linked with a move out to Tottenham, but he's come out. He said he thinks he's going to go back to Nice. I'm pretty sure. I think it's Nice. Yeah. And then you got yeah. So and then we got Sanchez, who's been offered to Flamengo. But Flamengo do and are prioritising the midfielders ahead of central centre back. So, Josh, any other players, in your opinion, need to leave the club for their sake? So it could be, I don't know, it could be Son, or or other players that need to leave the club just for our sake.
I think Ryan Sessegnon's a player that it's probably time to move on. It hasn't worked. He can't stay fit. His hamstrings seem to give out every season. He's been underwhelming, to say the least, for what we signed him for 25 million euros. He's been at the club for a few years now. He's had a loan spell at Hoffenheim, which he didn't set the world alight in the Bundesliga either. And now it feels like with Destiny Udogie and Ben Davies is probably going to be the cover for left back now. It's probably going to be Udogie and Davies next season. I don't really see where he gets the minutes, especially without European football. You know, there's not these European nights to give minutes away to squad players. I don't see where he gets the minutes unless they want to push him to the left wing slot. But then again, I just feel like he hasn't been explosive when we have watched him. He hasn't been taking on players. He hasn't shown any sort of attacking intent. I just don't think there's a place for him at the club anymore. And unless I feel like he gets loaned out this season. And if they can't find a loan for him, they try and move him on permanently if they can.
Do you think that's best for him or best for the club?
I think that's best for both. I think he doesn't serve a place. He doesn't have a place at Tottenham in terms of left back or left wing. And I feel like at his age, he's coming to a point now where he needs first team football to reignite his career, or he risks not. I think right now he could probably get a Premier League move, or at least a move to a foreign top 5 league. If he doesn't make this move and he stays at Spurs and doesn't play next season, I'm not sure how many clubs go in for Ryan Sessegnon after that. And I feel like his career could fizzle out pretty quickly.
I agree. I think this is more to do with him, in my opinion. I think he's 23 years old. He still has a future. I mean, he has a mental. He can go. In my opinion, he can go to some maybe bottom Premier League teams and then improve there, because he's not going to improve in Tottenham Hotspur, in my opinion. I think you got Udogie, who's going to be the main priority to improve in terms of that left back. And then whoever you do bring in, or if you do keep Perisic, which I highly doubt, then obviously he can learn from Perisic. But I think that left back situation is going to be and then you can learn from Davis as well. I think just Sessegnon's been here for too long. It's starting to be a little bit shaky, in my opinion, and I think Sessegnon has to move for his sake.
I do agree. I think it's time. To part ways. I think it's best for both. I think he still has a chance of getting a decent Premier League move to a lower to mid-table side, and Spurs could do with getting someone off the wage bill. But then again, I raise the same point. It's a homegrown player leaving. We can't keep losing homegrown players and not replacing them with some. I know we linked. You've seen the trend this year. Harvey Barnes, David Raya, James Maddison. Spurs do look to be addressing this homegrown problem, but is a pending issue that we really, especially if we're looking to get back into Europe, we need to address it.